so if you're putting this same panel back on, you don't have to do this, but if you're replacing it, the next step is actually to harvest this for parts and clips. You see these are the two clips on there. They actually hold the bumper in place. That's those two. And on the back here is going to be this clip that was almost impossible to get to. That clip with just a bit of a bend and a flex comes off as well. It's interesting, you can tell at this point if there's ever been any panel beating done on your guard or not, if there's any dints that are still in place. This one's never had any panel beating done. There's one more clip, this is upside down, but there's one more clip where the plastic pin holds on for this plastic cover, which ends up down there at the bottom. So we'll just pull that out and put it on the new guard as well. Okay, so now it's time to start lifting the new guard on. Obviously, you've got to be a whole lot more careful not to scratch this new guard as you're putting it on. Be a whole lot more careful with things. First thing you got to do is fit your repeater and then get the wire onto it. You do not want to get this whole thing assembled and then find out that you haven't plugged the wire into the back. Make sure it gives a good old click when it goes on so you know it's in place. Even give it a test. And then put everything back so it's sitting roughly in the right place. We've got this bolt roughly lined up. This one is sitting under, it's a tab. And we've got these bolts here pretty much lining up. We've got the headlight pretty much lining up. So you just wriggle it to put it back into position. And then we're going to start to put all the bolts in loose. And yeah, nice and simple is the plan. So now what I'm starting to do is just putting the bolts in loose. That one isn't quite lining up yet, as you can see. This one is, it's nice. This one is in, this one is in, that one is in. So just getting it in and getting it into place. It's sitting nicely in the front. It's coming up here around the headlight and the headlight rubbers. That's all sitting nicely into place. Now we've just got to start to position it. There's this bolt hole here. Make sure that the panels come over the top of that, not behind it, so that you're ready to get a bolt into that. And then the silly little reverse one down there. You got to be careful opening and closing your door while you've got your guard sitting in funny locations at the moment. Just go very gentle. These, you know, when I started working on cars, my first car was a 1967, so the panel was like 3 times as thick as this, and it used 3 times the petrol. So now we've got much lighter panels, lighter cars, and so you've got to be very careful with your panels as you put them on, because they're quite thin. Getting this bit of foam in here, in place. It makes the guard want to stand out unless you get it back behind and get it into the right spot. So once you get that, then the guard's going to sit down. You see it's all behaving itself now. It's coming back to where it needs to be and looking straight. We're going to spend a lot of time working on our panel gaps, leaving everything loose and get everything, close the bonnet, close the door, to move it as much as we can to get the panel gaps as good as we can. We're inside the door jamb and you can see the bolt there. But I've got a Phillips head screwdriver, so with a point on it, and I am able to line up and move around that bolt. They're all movable, so I can move it enough so that we can get the bolt in and get it started. We're not going to do any bolts up tight, but get it in and get it started so it starts to hold in place. Okay, I'm getting a bit radical here. I got the first bolt in and loose. The second bolt, as you can see, I've actually put the little speed nut. It was on the guard, the speed nut, and then you had to screw it in from the inside. I've put the speed nut on the clip on the inside so that I can screw the bolt from the outside. I'm positive the head is not going to touch. We'll have a little experiment, but I'm reversing BMW's engineering. So let's see how that works out for me. Yeah, okay, that's working well. That bolt's gone in there, it's held onto the nut. It's going to hold. The door's not going to touch it. It's see, the door's nowhere near touching it when it closes. Wonderful, happy with that. So the door's not going to touch it when it closes. See, it's nowhere near it. So that's a much better option. Reverse that little nut, stick it on the outside, and you'll be able to get the guard off and on or adjust it. Nice and easy. And now all the bolts are roughed in, we can start to do the panel gap. And to do that, collect up all your tools, all your bolts, and we're going to put the bonnet down and put the door down, and then just check the lines. Check the line along the top and check the line down the side, because the bolts are all deliberately movable, so you can get it where you want it. move it to where we want, and then start looking up some of these top and bottom bolts, and we can also do up these guys down the bottom and bolt this up. But we'll do the panel gaps before we worry about those lower bolts. There, that's too big when you look down the gap down there, but that's easy fix. That's just got to be pulled across. But what we're looking for is actually that it's the same size front to back. This line here is off. This needs to be lined up. So the guard's looking like it needs to go back a bit. Also here, it's a bit too far forward. So we want to go look at putting that back a bit. The door gap looks very even. As we come down there, it's the same size gap at the top as what there is at the bottom is what we're looking for. And that all looks pretty good. I will though look at reducing this gap here a bit so that we can just move the whole guard back a little bit. We can check that on that curve. Yeah, see, it looks like the guard, the whole thing just needs to come back a little bit. So slide that back and then we'll be ready to tighten it up. I've done these from this side and I've just used a open end spanner in there. I will paint these bolts when I'm done, but this way you can press the guard in as you're doing it up and get it to hold it exactly where you want it to be, which then lines up, gives me the panel gap that I was after. And as you can see, that's now flat. That's what I want. That's nice and flat through there. And yeah, that was just a matter of pressing and holding that in as I did up the bolt, so it held the guard in where I wanted it to be. Now I'll put these bottom two on. All right, now we're moving down to the front part of this. We've got some of these speed clips to put on. They've got to be clipped on for these two Torx screws, and also there's a bolt that goes in there in the same place, so we'll get that all sorted. That's here, joining the bumper bar to the front guard. The trim is back on and looking beautiful. Definitely the trick is get it on and then slide it up, and it just goes into position and sits where it needs to be. So it's back on now, and I'm really happy with the gaps. They're even top to bottom, even on the bonnet. So it's come up really, really well. And yeah, got that guard back on, put the mud guard back on. I don't yet have the rivets, but I'll go and get those, and then we'll stick those rivets in. But it's held in by clips at the front on the bumper. It's held in with the screws and catches here and pins at the top. So there's enough in there holding it in place. But I will put those rivets in as well. But yeah, there you go, guard's on, and she's not going to come off.